Where am I?
Rings. I'll be chill about it.
You nailed the intro. Nailed it.
Now that we're recording, I've started eating.
Yeah. It was a smart idea to not do that until we started recording.
Where'd you get your onion rings from?
I'm in LA right now. I ordered them from the only delivery place in LA that you can get a meal for less than $30 at. So I forget what it's called. It's just the cheapest place on delivery, and it's kind of hard to fuck up.
That's what it should be called.
What?
If you think about it, that would be the best name for a restaurant. Just the cheapest place on Uber Eats.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We should do that as a team.
It's like a 3-star Michelin restaurant.
Yeah.
$200.
It's also very expensive. It is the cheapest
no
place at all.
It's all branding.
Yeah. People would fall for that, though.
Absolutely. They'd be like, okay, they can't false advertise like that. Turns out you can't. Capitalism has no limits. Did you know the Michelin stars are actually done by the tire company?
Yeah.
I thought it was a different thing with the same.
Is that true?
Name.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah, they made up this star thing so that they could convince people to drive more and wear out.
Is it worth driving to this restaurant on your new Michelin tires?
This is a position I find myself in more and more as I get older. But I don't know if it's that I'm getting dumber or just more out of touch. But I cannot tell if this is stupid enough to be true or too stupid to be true.
No, this isn't a bit. This is real.
I'm
not that funny.
Well, because I know that it's a thing because I'm such not like a foodie. I hate saying that, but I'm into.
You're a prick about food.
Yeah, exactly. That's the correct term. And people drop that fact all the time. So
yeah,
I'm still shy.
I nailed it.
You did it, buddy.
Anyway, we have Arthur today. He's back.
Hello.
The first return guest, the only guest as far as the catalog is concerned.
Happy to be here.
Is that true? No, that's not true. I just remembered we had another guest.
Yeah, I was like, are you doing a bit or
are you
totally lying
forgot.
or are you being forgetful? Well, last time we left you, Arthur, you couldn't poop. How'd that go?
Well, it's been it's been a couple months, right? 2 months?
Yeah, that was February.
Okay, so 2-3 months. Since then, I quit Kratom.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that.
I saw Kratom at the gas station. I thought of you.
Thank you. Thank you for. I am back on it, but I did quit.
I take it back.
I will say I'm taking about a 16th as much as I was before, and I'm sticking to that.
Is it effective at all?
It really is. 16? Makes me wonder what was going on back then.
Yeah.
It's basically just as good.
That's
I don't like
a little
that
concerning.
At all. I just really fucked up.
I just jumped to the maximum amount my body could handle, and then I went past that, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great now. I mean, it's not great. It's still fucking me up, but not nearly as bad. About 1/16.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Very glad to hear it.
Thank you. How have you guys been?
So not much has changed.
Oh, no, it's all the same. I mean, it's sort of. I would say you caught me at the bottom of a wave, the trough, and then there was a crest, and we're back at the trough. So,
but it's a little higher than the last one.
That's fair. So I have. I'm on my way down though.
Oh.
No. I was gonna say a rising tide, but
Oh no,
maybe
I got
not.
fired and broken up with. So
Oh shit!
it's gonna be.
Yeah.
What happened there? If you want to talk about it.
What?
Are the two related?
Yeah. Right.
I would love to say no.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
But I would say it is probably easier to keep a relation, just maintain a relationship if you have some kind of prospects. Would you say
Yeah.
that's fair?
Yeah.
I would say that is.
Girls like it when you have a career.
When you can at least maintain the standard of, like, you don't necessarily need to be on your way up, but I think
you have to not be evicted from your
yeah.
Yeah, that can't be a danger.
Yeah, I am. I am kind of a liability. But no, I was making.
But it's fun.
What's that?
It's fun.
Yeah,
There's like a sense of excitement there.
I'll tell you, the stakes have never been lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just in terms of having nothing to ruin.
Well,
So you can have
ruin
more kratom.
this episode.
That's true. No, I was making an animated series for not adults, but Comedy Central, like their online thing. So not like the coolest shit in the world, but it was a good prospect. But they just scrapped their entire like digital shorts branch.
So you destroyed a branch of a company with how bad
It's funny you mentioned that, because this exact thing has happened
X told me.
twice before. I don't think it's my fault, but the evidence might suggest otherwise. Because 2 different companies have hired me to do series, and then they have folded within a month of hiring me.
You're too expensive. You gotta lower your hourly.
You just need to not tell if you get the third one hires you. Just don't be like, yeah, I've never worked on anything.
Well, when these people interviewed
Certainly nothing
me,
that's gone under.
like when I talked to the Comedy Central people, I told them like, be careful. They didn't believe me.
They're like, yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
What's new with you? I'm sure you've talked about it on the podcast, so I don't want to make you repeat yourself.
Well, I'm sure you've listened to every episode since you've been on.
I'm only 3 or 4 months behind.
That's, you know what?
Same.
I'll take it.
I'm infinite months behind because I don't listen to any of these. Why would I?
Yeah, they're not good.
Well, I guess I did have something new with me because I was at a wedding last weekend.
Yeah. The big wedding finale.
The big wedding. Yeah, this has been a bit of a story arc.
There's been like a month of setup for this.
Yeah. I'm actually
payoff.
glad I could say something happened at the wedding. So, like, I think I even said it in the Discord, but I was like, man, wouldn't it be funny if I could pull a sweetie? Like, if I found a bae at this thing? Wouldn't that be so funny for me? And then, really monkey's pawed the whole thing. Really, really, yeah. So, I think Saturday I was like hanging out at a cocktail hour. I saw a girl, and I was like, she's pretty attractive lady. She looks nice. She's very Italian. That's cool. I'm not going to go talk to her because, like, that's gay, but, you know.
Yeah,
cool.
How could that work out?
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, what? I'm not going to talk to her.
I would never speak to a woman.
Yeah. Ugh, disgusting. And then.
You know what they use that mouth for? Two things.
I don't want to
Talking to men and lying.
You should often at the same time, folks. But no. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not going to go talk to her because I have no reason to do that, and I don't want to be weird. You know, got to be respectful of women, and which I always do on this podcast. I'm always very respectful of women, and then like I, spent the rest of the wedding like hanging out with like cousins I didn't know I had, and like having a pretty good time. And then like the next day there was like the reception, so there was a big party. drinking. I got the specialty cocktail, which was like 95% Scotch. And I had a few of those, which got me way more drunk than I initially planned to be. I'm still hanging with family, still hanging. And then, boom, I wake up in my hotel room. And I'm like, well, I don't remember getting here. And then I look at my phone and I see a text message from a number that I don't know. And it says, nice to meet you. Or it was nice meeting you. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, nice meeting you too. Not really knowing who it was. I had an inkling because there was a brief moment of clarity during my blackout where I remember talking with the same girl that I thought was cute the day before and being really concerned that her and I were related. And she insisted that we were not related. I mean, it's a fucking Italian wedding. I mean, but we're not. So it's fine.
It's funny to imagine that is the first thing you asked. That's like one just minor step above immediately asking a woman if she is over 18. Are you a peasant?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if it's the first thing I asked her, but it was the only thing I remember asking her. And then I also remember telling her where my hotel room was, like the number. Ooh. And that was it. I woke up. She wasn't there, so she texted me, and I was like, you want to get coffee? Mostly because I'm like, I want to know if this number belongs to the same person. Yeah. But we had a nice little not evening. Well, I don't know if we had a nice evening. I don't remember. But we had a little chat that morning, and I made sure to tell her I didn't know what her name was because I didn't remember. And we've still been talking, believe it or not.
You did it.
Yeah, but I wish I remembered the rest of the night. And I also think I did actually make plans for her to come over my hotel room because there was a 20-second phone call like 20 minutes before I got that text from her. No idea what we talked about. I'm not going to ask. But
I feel like a 20-second phone call.
I was probably incoherent. She was probably calling me, asking what the room was, and me going like, I don't know.
It's got 2 beds in it. Ask the front desk which ones have 2 beds and just knock on all of them.
You have a pretty positive understanding of what monkey's paw means. I was expecting that to end a lot more tragically.
Well, for me, I was also expecting it to end tragically because I was expecting her to stop texting me at this point, but she hasn't, which is, I mean, the other shoe's going to drop eventually. It always does, but
she's going to find this podcast.
She's going to learn literally anything about me and be like, oh no. I don't know. I don't know what I did where I was so charming that she felt the need to, I guess, contact me after I stood her up based on my rough understanding of what happened. But yeah, so I guess I was cool. I don't know. Oh, another thing that happened at the wedding is a lot of people said I look like Morgan Wallen because of the mullet or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, a celebrity. And I was telling my friend that, and she's like, oh yeah, he was canceled for saying the N-word. And I was like, oh, and they were like saying that like it was a compliment. That's interesting.
So you thought they were just saying that based on something superficial, but they were actually seeing into your soul. Making a comparison.
I'm not gonna. I mean, you said that, not me.
I don't know who this,
but these people were very insistent. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's really cool." I'm like, "Oh, sick! Like, cool." These random strangers think I'm sick.
Based on the 3 seconds of Google research, he is not cool.
No, but I mean, yeah.
He competed in the 6th season of The Voice.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm liking this. That's way worse than him saying the N-word.
Oh, here's the article. This is recent. This is February 2nd, 2021.
Oh, he was recently canceled for this. That's great.
Morgan Wallen hurls N-word outside home.
Well, I mean, If he's on his own property,
I guess
I mean, what can he do?
It just says outside.
Yeah, what if it was self-defense?
Yeah, it could be.
It's not like something consistent. I don't know if you guys can see. In this picture, there are pictures where he looks so much and dresses so much like Kenny Powers.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I absolutely see that.
So I would say, like, you're the handsome parts of him, and then Danny McBride consolidates all the unappealing.
Yeah, Danny McBride is the part that says the N-word.
Maybe this girl really wanted me to say the N-word, and that's why she's still talking to me. Maybe I did, and I don't remember. I really blacked out.
Oh, I get it.
Do you live close to each other? Or are you gonna?
No, she lives in San Diego.
Hey, that could be a best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know, but she's been sort of suggesting that she's talking about all these places that I should check out in San Diego. I'm like, oh, so I guess I should go there, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe I'll go to San Diego. I don't know. She's not even good at texting though, so it's really I don't know what I'm doing. And also, if I know anything about her from during the blackout, I don't know what it is. And I can't just be like, hey, so I don't really remember us meeting at all. So, and I don't know what you know about me.
I bet you could get away with framing it
everything.
like you've just forgotten some details.
Yeah. I mean, I do at least remember
what were you
part
telling
of it.
me? What were you telling me at the bar?
You
made a face when you said it.
If you say,
I mean, I don't know.
If you say I know you told me this, but I forgot it. Even if you didn't talk about that thing at all, you can still get away with
She probably doesn't remember. She probably doesn't remember a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she also had to have been pretty drunk in order to be hanging with me. Maybe, I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't even know how I got back to the hotel. And downtown St. Louis is rough. We found I didn't find it, but people who were part of the wedding found a body the day of the wedding just outside the hotel, which is right by the arches or arch. There's only one.
A real Alanis Morissette moment.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
Arthur gets
it. What you call it when something's ironic.
Wait, how is that ironic though?
Well, in this song, there's rain on a wedding day.
But
rain, dead bodies, pretty similar.
It also rained on the wedding day, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette moment.
What kind of camp? Two Alanis Morissette moments.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal this and say it to this girl and hope that and if she gets it. It looks so cool.
I hope it goes over a lot better than it did. I hope it goes over a lot better than it did just now.
I mean, clearly I'm charming enough. She felt the need to text me and then also decide to hang out with me the next day when she had a more clarity. So,
or maybe she didn't.
Yeah,
maybe she was still drunk.
I was.
Maybe she's an alcoholic and she's just been drunk since the wedding.
Yeah, I mean,
would explain why she's bad at texting.
Yeah, an alcoholic, a country away. I think you found the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's San Diego is probably one flight from Austin. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
What is it, 2.5 hours? You can do that every week.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
But hopefully she never comes to my apartment because there's just so much anime and video game shit. And she's too cool to
I have a bunch of
any of this shit.
I have a bunch of Lupin the Third action figures, and I had to buy all of them so that I could build the car because each one comes with a piece of a car.
Oh, that's sick that you got all of them.
But and I have to display it because it was kind of expensive.
A lot.
But there is the one character. There's one character just with enormous tits. So I have this anime action figure with huge tits.
Yeah.
That I have no choice but to have on public display. And I'm deeply ashamed of it, but not enough to do anything about it. So I think I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, well, because like I have
Just
all the
like-
Super Smash Brothers figures.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I got one, and then I was like, "Oh, they're gonna keep releasing these." Well, I guess I have to get all of them because I don't want an incomplete collection. And those aren't that bad. And then I have
There's
a bunch
not-
of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure figures, which all look very gay.
The only thing less impressive than an incomplete collection is a complete collection.
All right. Well, I mean, some girls like it.
Check out this dumb shit.
Some
I put a
girls-
huge amount of effort.
Some girls like walk into my apartment and they're like, "Uh oh." They see a samurai sword just like on the floor.
You're not even like holding it in high regard.
I was playing with it earlier and I just leave shit. Or I was like
fair.
pretending to kill myself as a joke.
Just pretending to kill yourself as a joke alone in your own house.
Yeah, basically. Just reenacting some scenes and be like, "Huh, wouldn't this be sick?" To nobody. My cat wasn't even there at the time.
Just in the way that like my nephew will just act out what he's seeing on the TV. You're watching Mishima and just miming.
Yeah, literally exactly that, though.
Yeah. You know, normal
Screaming.
human behavior.
Somebody knocks on my apartment, I have to like walk out with the sword and be like, "Oh, I'm not. See, it's clean.
Fine. It was me.
It's not that sharp."
I had a friend in high school who had like a very expensive replica of Sephiroth's sword from, well, I brought it up.
How does it even hold that? It's so long.
Well, it was very funny to try to. We would
I just-
also pretend to seppuku ourselves with Sephiroth's sword.
It's like
It was impossible.
yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you're short as a
That's
child.
right. Maybe
Or you can like get on like a roof of a small house and like jump off and try and like aerith somebody, you know?
yeah, just lean it up against a bush and jump onto it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Sephiroth had it so long. He knew he was a risk to himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you could use it as like a pole vault.
There's a lot of talk about gun control, but no talk about sword control. And I think Sephiroth really cornered that market.
That's a really, really
He's
good
good.
point.
Thank you.
Wait, he cornered the market for or against? Like, is he pro sword control or is he against? Like,
You know, I don't do well with follow-up
does he have
questions.
lobbyists or he's like, I want to be sure I have the longest fucking sword?
You'd be a great White
is-
House press secretary.
I do not do well with follow-up questions. Next
They
topic.
should have all the Final Fantasy villains just in the Senate.
I mean, it'd probably work out better.
Damn, I didn't know this was a
Depends.
political show.
That's very political.
I'm out of here.
Is
I
it?
have aspirations.
Yeah. The founder of StopBernieSanders.com.
I went to
The only
I took a bite of this onion ring immediately before I started telling a pretty long story. Not that long, but long for having a mouthful of onion ring. It out.
the commitment.
I was at a wedding recently and I got very drunk, and
Yeah,
it was like
White Boy Summer, baby.
it was like a year ago, and I remember. I don't think I blacked out, but there are just things I've forgotten. And then like a couple months later,
Yeah.
I saw so many photos of me holding my baby nephew, and I was like, I should.
You don't remember at all.
No one should have let me do that.
Yeah.
One of them is on my
So-
Tinder though now. It's a good photo.
Yeah.
Did you have to like add text like not mine?
Yeah, I probably should.
Just
Yeah, you probably should.
You don't think
Yeah.
it makes me look more
just
responsible?
impact. Yeah, but then people expect you to be
No
I
one's
was gonna say
trying. No
people
one's
that-
trying to match with a single dad on Tinder.
That's right.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
I feel like no one's trying to match with any dads on
No one is
Tinder.
trying to match with me on Tinder.
Also, yeah, same. Which it's very rude. They gave me like a free boost or something on like Thursday, and I used it, and it did nothing for me at all.
It's amazing. I've paid for a handful of boosts. They've never done anything for me.
Same here, man.
Just capitalizing on the desperation of pathetic men. It should be.
Well, it's not even like desperation. It's like we're both handsome guys, but we're not like the tip top tier of the algorithm. You know, there's like a million guys on Tinder.
You know, I bring Arthur on this show as a treat for the listener. I worked my ass off. I had to book a guest. I had to go through his agent. Did you not hear this man works for Comedy Central or something? I wasn't
He works for nobody.
Yeah, I almost did on a contract basis.
I was 3 weeks away from signing a 2-month contract, you guys. So I had to book it. I forget what bit I was doing. Don't be mean to Arthur.
I wasn't. I just like if we have to use a boost, you're not on the top of the Tinder algorithm. But like same, so you know.
That's certainly true. I tried to take advantage of the Comedy Central thing. It's craven and a hideous thing to do, but I did. I like mentioned in my Tinder bio that I was working on a series.
Yeah.
I tried to phrase it in a way that was not dishonest because it was like digital. But I was like, oh, the pussy is gonna come rolling in.
Well, dude, I'm same thing. I definitely leveraged that. I am technically a co-host of a true crime podcast.
It's true.
It does a little.
Yeah, I'm thinking that is probably one of the best things you could have on there.
Like, it's technically true. And they'll ask me what it is, and I'm like, oh, of course, Bad Boy Crimes. And they never respond again. So I don't know if they don't listen, they just see that and they're like, yeah, whatever, I've never heard of it. Or they listen to it, they're like, oh my God.
You just tell them it's my favorite murder.
I was going to say tell them it's cereal.
Well, I wouldn't want to be dishonest.
Tell them you went to Adnan's mosque. Your close friend. I've never listened to Serial. I know nothing about it.
Look, all I know is we talk about the crimes of their true crime podcasts are too scared or too weak to touch on. Even though we haven't talked about a single crime in like 30 minutes.
I'll be real. I have.
I'll be real. I don't have a crime. No.
I have something that I was going to talk about. I don't know if it counts as a crime. I guess it technically does.
Also, before that, I want to say that I finally told a story about a girl on this podcast where if anyone was the villain, it was arguably me. And I didn't say anything bad about her other than she's not the best texter, but you know.
Which, who knows if that's her ambition in life? You're just squashing her dreams.
And that was the crime?
No. I actually have a real one.
Do you have one, Arthur? Just to you don't need. You don't need.
No,
to.
I want to look up the crimes. I had a list from before. I was gonna actually do research when I was watching my nephew earlier, but he was in a sour mood, so he demanded a lot of attention. But I have an old list. Looking up. But please buy me some time.
Okay, I will buy you some time. I will. I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna say this man's name. I'm gonna have you guess where in the world he is from.
I don't like where this is going. I feel like you're setting me up for a trap.
John. His name is Egill Skallagrímsson. Okay,
so like some Nordic
country.
I don't really know. I'm not very familiar with that part of the world.
His name is Egill?
Egill.
Oh, okay.
Egill.
Because if it was ego, I'd
Skallagrímsson.
say he exists in the realm of the mind.
Yeah. That is the part of the world that we're talking about, is the mind.
Or if he said Eeyore, then he could have been from the 100-Acre Wood.
That's also very true.
Yeah. Oh, Winnie the Pooh reference.
Does that bring us closer?
That was good. That was good because I totally forgot what that place was called. It's like when somebody just throws out like Jellystone National Park, and you're like, "What is that?"
What?
That's where Yogi Bear lives.
Yeah.
Oh.
But when I think about it, I think of the Flintstones. I'm like,
Sorry,
it's
I
not the
have one
Flintstones.
cartoon bear in my corner. That's all Winnie.
You're a loyalist. You're a Winnie the Pooh partisan.
Yeah, I have no choice but to stand that silly old bear. Anyway, so where's this guy from?
He is from Iceland.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I googled Iceland criminal. And,
Well, you're big on Iceland. Didn't you say you wanted to go to Iceland at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've mentioned that I would like to live in Iceland, and I might have to go alone
I want to.
at this point.
Is your wife not on board?
She's like, we should visit Iceland first, and I said, no, we just need to.
We're just moving. Or if we're going, we're moving there.
Yeah,
A very normal plan.
I'm just like, let's go to Iceland. We'll open a grilled cheese restaurant. Everything will be fine. I've been doing Duolingo for 2 months.
I went to Reykjavik.
Well, this is like when I tried to do Duolingo for fucking Navajo.
Why?
I don't know. I had in my mind that I was like, it would be a great idea for me.
I don't know.
It's
It's not a good answer.
I did a documentary about the Navajo Indian Reservation, and so I should. Not that I know anything about making documentaries or have a crew, but I should learn.
You're not even like a filmmaker.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I can.
That's not even what you wanted.
But
to.
you have one advantage in the making of this movie. You speak fluent Navajo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could have been sick. Dude, it's such a hard language to learn.
Is that a language that people actually speak? I thought it was like not actually in use.
I don't think people are like I don't think young Native Americans, is that correct? Is that the right term?
Aboriginals.
I don't think we call them that here.
Indigenous.
Sure. Well, yeah, I don't think like young Navajo people are learning it as much, but I mean,
I think what happened is you just like systematically stole children from their families and forced them to only speak English at
When
a
you say
boarding school.
you're making it
It
sound like
really
I
does
did
sound like
this.
you're accusing him of that.
Like I didn't.
Was
do
that
it.
that wasn't you?
It wasn't only me.
I may do poorly on a history test coming up then.
Did they test you on history at the candy factory?
You know what? I don't do well at follow-up questions. I did the bit. Move on.
All right.
So good old Egill Skallagrímsson. Skallagrímsson? That's probably right. Skallagrímsson.
Yeah, you got it.
So this is what happens when you go Icelandic criminal, by the way. This man was born in the year 910. And he was a Viking, but not in the way that people say Viking now to just mean like anybody from Scandinavia. This is specifically he was what phrase do they use in this article?
A rapist.
What phrase do they use? Yeah. yeah. That's what it is.
One of the original bad boy criminals.
A Scandinavian Norseman who explored and raided Europe by sea. It's the wrong R word, but go off. So he got his first blood. He got his first kill at the age of 7.
Makes it sound like a Call of Duty game or something.
He got first blood, age 7. Just knocked it out of the park. Now, this is the year 900.
Wait, he killed somebody at
So he
7?
got his first period.
Which still very early, especially for a man.
Trans icon, Eeyore, whatever his last name is.
So he got his first kill when he was 7 years old. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, like 7-year-olds get kills these days. Sometimes I've heard of like, you know, you never hear of like when an infant gets hold of a gun, they're always getting headshots. Like no 1-year-olds just like shooting somebody in the leg. But this is the year 910.
It's the fake news, man. It's the media.
Yeah. They're just hyping up gun violence. They're trying to take our guns away. They think that a 1.5-year-old isn't capable of the discipline to have proper firearm safety. I think
those
that's
infants,
ageist.
no trigger discipline with them.
I think that's ageist.
You're saying that this 7-year-old murderer is part of your case against gun control.
Yeah,
because he didn't use a gun.
That's
Did
true.
he use a sword? Well, I guess the Nordic people were more axemen, I believe.
Yeah. Maybe he used a dragon for all I know. The article doesn't actually say.
He used a shout, a dragon shout.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing some Skyrim shit. And so he got his first kill at age 7 because he was mad at another child. So it wasn't an adult, just for the
Oh,
record.
he just
It was another...
a 7-year-old killed another. That'd be so funny to watch.
Well, allegedly. Gotta find... Oh, right.
The media refuses
That
to
makes
report
sense.
child-on-child violence.
Yeah.
They really do these days. I'm sure kids are killing kids left and right.
Yeah,
Never
I've
hear
never
about
seen
it.
like a school shooting on the news. They just never talk.
They never.
They've never mentioned that on the radio.
They don't. I don't hear about it.
So he murdered a boy because it seems that they were playing hockey, and
They had hockey back then. When did this happen?
900 something,
They had
early
hockey.
900s. Yeah, they had hockey, dude, ice hockey. So this kid, he allegedly gravely insulted this man.
Yeah.
While they were playing hockey. And so he just fucking iced them, dude. Probably used a skate. It doesn't say, but I'm gonna as the true crime aficionado, as the authority on the subject, as a host of a true crime podcast, he did use his skate to slit his throat.
That's kind of cool.
This kid was a prince. His parents were the king and queen of Iceland.
And you're saying he got away with murder?
He got away with it as a 7-year-old. So the king and queen devoted their lives to take vengeance on this child.
Oh,
As one would.
I thought
Yeah.
the murderer was a prince of Iceland, but this was
No, there's just some
Common
random
boy.
7-year-old like killed a royal and just was like, "What are you gonna do about it?"
whoa,
Yeah.
the original brocialist.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is like before Let Them Eat Cake. This is, France didn't even know what was up. So the queen and the king, they send the queen's 2 brothers to kill this 7-year-old, right? They're like, we got to get 2 fully grown adults to murder this child. And then the kid killed them both.
This guy rules, dude.
So the
He's
swinging
fucking
paint can
7.
trap.
It was a real Home Alone moment. Yeah. So then the king is like, all right, we can't kill this kid. He is unkillable. You just have to leave the country, dude. You can't be here anymore. So the king is like, get the fuck out, dude. You can't be in Iceland anymore. And so this 7-year-old, Egill, I'm going to say his name. He deserves it. He's earned it. In response to that, he killed the king's son this time. First one was the queen's son. Now it's the king's son. I guess different moms. And then he went to the king and pleaded to be pardoned.
That's a fucking power move.
That's
Killing somebody's son and then going and be like, forgive me.
I mean, at a certain point, this 7-year-old kid has to start to buy into
he should be the
consider
king.
himself
Yeah.
unkillable.
Yeah.
You might be right.
I mean, he might still be alive today, for all I know.
It was just literally Loki. Like,
Yeah.
the Norse god, not fucking Marvel.
Yeah, so his mom at this point is like, he's like a fucking sick warrior, dude. He's like, I'm so proud of my son. He's the greatest man in Iceland. Which, probably true. So he asks for a pardon, and the king's like, all right, I'm going to pardon you for one day, and I will kill you in the morning. Which, you know, dumb. This is a real, like, movie villain move. Be like, I'm going to put you in this locked room and leave.
Bro,
and
I thought he was just going to be like, you got a day head start before we kill you.
No, he was, I believe he was detained at this
So
point.
not at all a pardon.
No.
That's
No,
not really
it was
pardon at all.
it was a postponement. And so he's like, you have one night to enjoy life while you're being detained. And then I'm going to kill you in the morning. And he just stayed up all night and wrote the best poem of all time. And the king
He's
just
7.
like, yeah, he read the poem, and the king was like, you know what, dude? You got me. This is too good. You're free to go,
That
dude.
is Norse efficiency.
The king
The
gay.
fact that he did 1,001 Arabian Nights in one night is incredible.
And also he's 7. And also killed several people.
He's
I couldn't
You know,
write when I was 7.
that's brain and bronze, dude.
Yeah, he's a real Renaissance man before like the Renaissance even happened. Right? Yeah.
What a guy. And then he goes on to be an adult, and
That does
I don't know.
happen.
He's a Viking. He probably has like 8,000 descendants at this point. Who knows? I didn't read the rest of the article, to be honest. I was just
I mean, it is. That was cool.
not only a fearsome and seemingly indestructible warrior, but a celebrated scholar, poet, and master of magic. Egill Skallagrímsson was without a doubt a force
What
to
is
be
your
reckoned with.
source here?
And no, this is guide to Iceland.is. No list of notorious Icelanders would be complete without him. So that's this guy, a warlock of sorts.
He's like
Credited-
Rasputin, but like cooler.
Yeah, credited as a master of the ancient runes and their magical potency. One tale tells how
Where
during
can
a
I become a master of the ancient runes, man? That's all I want. It's just
during a feast, he carved a rune that shattered a poison cup intended to take his life. This is very Rasputin.
dude, yeah, this guy rules. Maybe he is maybe it's the same guy.
You know what? I'm not going to rule it out.
Definitely both packing hogs.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
absolutely.
kid probably fucked at 7. But like not
Probably the
like
queen. After he got pardoned,
He killed
the king is like,
but it
killed-
was consensual.
yeah.
just a
He got
it's
pardoned,
normally a
and the
crime.
king was like, what can you do? So that's that guy. Egill. Good man.
Yeah, Egill rules.
I want to.
I hope I grow up to be like him.
Yeah, I look up to the 7-year-old.
I mean, he's had a cooler life than I
I do
have.
want to know more details about how he killed those 2 adult assassins.
Yeah, I wish there were more details, but this did happen in the year like 920.
Well, he's probably so little. He has a little size, like, you know.
Oh, here's a nice little picture of him. He is tiny. I'm gonna share this this image.
He's probably got a
I don't know.
very high agility stat. You know.
Can I share this image with you guys? That didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Disregard.
And this is going to be great for the audience who can't see this.
I'm gonna post it in the Discord.
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
Audience, imagine a very small man.
well, I see the confusion here
Yeah.
because you say he's small, but actually, he's just the size of a page of a book.
His proportions are that of a small
I
man.
mean, that's true. I do think they are trying to fill the page by making him extremely wide.
Is this gonna work? That worked. There
But
you
maybe
go. It's in the Discord.
maybe he was just maybe it was like that movie Orphan, where he was an adult posing
The whole
as a 7-year-old.
time. All right.
Spoilers for Orphan,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
a movie that's been out
All right.
for over a decade.
I googled Egill Skallagrímsson height, and they don't have it. Google
Well,
will
I
not
guess
tell
he
me.
wasn't tall.
Yeah, he's probably too
He
short.
didn't
Yeah.
have a height at all if he didn't have it on Google.
Yeah. So he's a poet, a warlock, a murderer, a Viking. According to Wikipedia, his occupation is farmer. Pretty sick, dude.
Dude, farmers are always badasses, like in fiction, you know? Like some guy, he retires to be a farmer, but he's actually like just a crazy good killer.
It's just end me. Just put me. Just fire me out of the sun.
I mean,
Out of the sun. Toward what?
out of the
because
sun.
the last time I fucked up, they fired me into the sun.
And so now you're there, you don't know what to do.
Man, that would suck, just chilling in the sun, but like not being dead.
Yeah, it's like you know, I was told to leave Earth, and I'm not enough of badass to just kill anybody who tells me, so I just went to the sun. But now the sun doesn't want me.
That was the first place you thought of? The sun?
Well, if you're on Earth and you look out at the sky, I was gonna say look out at the night sky. You look out at the sky. What's the one place that you see? It's the
You
sun.
moved there for the weather.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
a dry
the sun
heat.
famously does not have seasons.
Yeah, it's a cool 72 degrees.
Yeah. So that's my bad boy. Look him up. Just Google Egill Skallagrímsson.
Yeah, 'cause
And,
they're going to be like, yes, I know how to spell that. They're going to have such an easy time Googling that one.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You
Yeah.
can see the picture of him. He's very short.
Short King, he would buy something from under 5'10".
Yeah. One day we'll be sponsored by 5'10", under 5'10".
Neither of us are under 5'10". I don't think they would.
No.
I don't think we're going to get a sponsor.
No.
I have one that's very short, and I hope I didn't bring it up before. But it was saved in my phone.
Is
in a note.
it about a candy factory?
No?
Okay, because you did bring that one up before.
Did I? Is this a bit
Yeah.
that you're doing? I don't remember.
The Mystery Man.
Oh, yeah, the Mystery Man. I mean, well, of course, it's not that one. I do remember that.
That's the best one.
Yeah, I know. My college ex was asking me which episode to start with because she wanted to listen to it again. And I was like, oh, absolutely Mystery Man. with
Bad
21
Baby.
Faces.
Bad Baby
Yeah.
and the Mystery Man with 21 Faces. I know Arthur loves that episode.
Oh,
Famously.
I would have to say that that's the best place to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
We all agree. Everyone agrees it's the best one. Although this might be up there. Who knows?
Who knows?
So mine happened like a month ago, and I think I was going to say it, and then something else happened, and I picked that crime instead, and it probably wasn't any good. Maybe like a school shooting or something. I don't fucking know. But apparently,
Yeah, not very good.
Yeah, that
No.
sucks.
I've never heard another true crime podcast doing a school shooting.
well, that's what makes people listen to us. It's a crime. You shouldn't. It's illegal to do school shootings.
True.
They happen. It's a true crime. That's what it means. So apparently, what's this lady's name? Hold on, what's this lady's name? The article doesn't fucking say.
Is this enough time for you, Arthur? Have you prepared?
I'm prepared.
Okay.
So where's her fucking name in this thing? Why is it written like this?
Her name does not matter.
No, we need to get this out here. It's very important. I know she lives in Georgia, I think.
Is her name Candace?
I don't know.
You need the name so people know to avoid this toxic person.
Yeah, because I'm. Okay, I found it. Dominique Houston. I think I was seeing Houston in the article and being confused. I'm like, well, obviously she lives in Georgia, and Houston's in Texas. But that's her name. Dominique Houston. 38 years old. Not that matters. But she was having a little Sunday drive, which I think we all enjoy. I don't know about you guys, but I love getting in my car on a Sunday and just cruising around town, just vibing to the radio. And she had a bit of an oopsie, which, again, we've all been there.
Did she pull out a gun?
No, she did a little hit and run. She hit somebody, and they were fine. But she did a little hit and run. And while she was running on her Sunday drive, which is now a little bit more chaotic than before, 15 minutes later, she hit another person and their dog and killed them. And that's it. And that's the crime, baby.
I'm glad we spent 75% of the time figuring out her name.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
I figured this week I could phone it in a little bit. What?
Most of the content of the story was her name. I mean, that's a huge percentage of it.
Yeah. I figured that would be, Skillshot had a really good one. And then I had my great wedding story. That was fun. And then I needed to, I didn't want to take up all the time. We have a guest this week, for God's sake. So I was like, well, I'll throw in a low ball. And I thought it was funny that a hit and run led to another hit and run.
This is what I've always said on this. I've always said on this podcast: don't do a crime while you're committing a crime.
You have said that, yeah.
I have said that several times.
Well, she was probably stressed out. I hope
she was stressed out from the first hit and run. She wasn't thinking clearly. She killed a damn dog. And you know people aren't going to like that. The white women aren't going to like that too much.
No. That's worse than a 7-year-old killing the prince and then the other prince and then two adults.
Two men. And then just being like, I'm going to write a poem and you're not going to do anything to me.
That's very like you're in an FBI interrogation room. It's like your phone's going to ring in 2 minutes and I'm going to be left out of here. It's a lot of that energy,
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
That happens in every movie. Name a movie.
Deadpool 2.
It happens.
Great film, and Deadpool 2 is a great movie.
T.J. Miller does it. I don't even remember.
When they play Take On Me, but the slow version at the end of the movie. Where
spoilers.
Deadpool
Jesus, we're spoiling every movie.
Wife or whatever the fuck. Oh, that's such a touching moment. I was like, wow, me, as I look next to nobody. This is like my relationship.
Yeah, Deadpool and I have the same number of living wives.
Yeah, now when you put it that way. And I'm not going to say how many dead wives I have, that's for sure.
This is not the story. I ran across some very bad breaking news.
Did you hit and run across it?
No, I took a picture, which I think qualifies as the digital equivalent of exchanging information. If I send a link to it, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know how to send
it didn't work out for me.
Well, you also sent like a picture as a link.
Yeah.
If you just send a link, it'll be fine.
I did click to copy the link.
I don't think it's going to work.
No, it did not work. You sent a local directory.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Well, if you guys are ever on my computer, you'll be able to see that image.
We'll just... I can make that happen.
Yeah, just come on over anytime you can. I'm vaccinated.
Which one did you get?
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crime?
Which vaccine?
Oh.
No, which vaccine?
Pfizer.
Which juice did? Oh, you got the. Pfizer.
Don't you have red hair?
No.
Oh.
Is that the one
You can
that's
see.
with red hair? My brother has red hair, and he got the Pfizer one also. So is he gonna get like a black?
Did you call him Pfizer crotch?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
It's like fire crotch,
I'll write that down.
but Pfizer.
Yeah, I'll send that to that girl from the wedding.
I'll look for an opportunity to say that to my brother. Next time I see his pubes.
Hopefully sooner rather than
It's
later.
a common slur for red-haired people. It's an acceptable slur.
Well, we never say slurs on this podcast.
We
or
have said
in real
zero.
life. That I know of.
Unless you were blacked out.
Is there no way?
I can't be held accountable for any of that.
Is there no way to attach an image? Because this is like it is crime related.
No.
Okay.
You could send it in the Discord, or you could not. You could just describe it to us. This is an audio format.
Yeah.
You know,
This is worse than spending 75% of the time figuring out the
no,
name.
but this is actually like good because it involves like a celebrity. It's good celebrity.
Oh, I love celebrity
Yeah.
gossip. Spill the tea, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna do it in a really.
Try again.
It's important enough that I want to show it to you, just like on my phone.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's Nick
Now, can you
Nolte.
read it?
Yeah. Willie Nelson confirms sad news.
So I thought you guys might be interested in that. I don't know what the news is. I'm clicking on the link and I have to enter my credit card information. And I'll have that shortly. But that was on
The sad news is nobody paid him money for nothing.
the crime. I have a string of crimes, but the crime is not really the point here. I'm going to send you a link that will
Perfect.
actually work. This is unrelated. It's just that was a story that I saw, a news story while I was researching this crime. I'm very interested in mugshots. I look at them a lot.
Yeah, this link also did
I
not.
like to search nouns on like mugshot databases just to see who has the last name like guitar. And there is a guy in a database named Joey Guitar. But this is one of the most interesting people I've come across because he's a repeat offender, so you get to see him through time. I thought it would be funny to find a criminal named Lawyer. So this is a man named Eddie Lawyer. And what's really interesting about him is not so much his crime as his hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fucked up, man.
I was gonna say rough hairline.
It's a rough hairline, and also, just to describe him to listeners,
And he's a Florida man, too.
he's very much he's a dedicated Florida man.
Yeah.
So he appears to, at least in the number of of entries in this database, he's been arrested at least 26 times, each one with a different mugshot. And each one...
This one from 2002, his hair is not bad.
In almost each one. As time goes on, it gets more consistent. He has a single dreadlock, but the side of his head that the dreadlock is on, it's relatively short hair, and then there's one dreadlock. And it switches sides from year to year. Now, I don't know if that's just an issue with how different precincts process their mugshots.
If they mirror
it, but the dreadlocks are different enough from picture to picture.
Because sometimes he doesn't even have it. Sometimes it's mostly evenly poofed out on both sides.
Sometimes you can,
and then occasionally it's just one or one.
Yeah, it looks like it's the dreadlock is kind of in its larval stage.
Yeah, it's larval stage.
And there are
please. I think that it switches sides based on his eyebrows. I think that it's switching sides.
I would think there would be some uniformity in terms of how they would frame mugshots, like doing mirror image versus not, because they need to find people, and asymmetry in the face is an important way of locating people.
Well, and it doesn't get more distinct than a guy having one dreadlock on one side.
No, I have not looked into his crimes. I don't know if they are consistently serious or if it's more minor things, but I have to assume if it's serious and if he is a true career criminal, if that's true, he should have less identifiable hair. Also, being arrested 26 times, I would have to advise Eddie Lawyer to get a lawyer. There's also
Yeah.
Also, if you look up the last name Gooch on this database, shocking number of people with the last name Gooch, including one man. It's the first result I'm going to send you. I think it's an error or like a mishandled bit of data entry. But the first mugshot that shows up on this database, just mugshots.com, usually has a full name, information, race, sex, hair color, sometimes information about what they were arrested for. But the first entry is a man whose full name is simply, no capitals, Gooch. And it has no other information. The information is Gooch, his mugshot.com ID number, and then a separate section that says inmate name, Gooch.
I do see that he's from Maryland.
Really?
So,
oh, because that's the Maryland database.
Yeah.
Anne
So
Arundel
I have
County.
I have to assume that he is from Maryland.
Or at least
Gooch.
that's where he was apprehended.
I lived in a county called Goochland. I've been looking at Eddie's crimes, and they were kind of increasing in severity. It started out with like just panhandling a couple times, then like public intoxication, and then like a felony. Oh man.
Yeah, I try not to look too much into these because the more you learn about a mugshot, almost without exception,
Yeah, there's no happy stories there.
Yeah.
There's zero happy stories with a mugshot.
I wonder if I'm going to feel guilty about this because I have so many screenshots of funny mugshot names that I don't share anywhere because it's so hard to get your name and like picture taken out of a database like that. I don't want to add to the difficulty by like making it more permanent online.
Yeah.
I figured an audio medium would be an okay outlet for it.
Yeah. It is very much punching somebody while they're down. They're like, hey, this guy got arrested. Also, his name fucking sucks. And for someone in your position to be punching down, that's rough.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I guess.
I think there's a beautiful tension between the silliness of a name and seeing someone at the worst moment of their life. Just,
yeah.
Maybe it is fundamentally an ugly kind of instinct to just bask in the tug of war between silliness and tragedy.
I think this could be a good art exhibit. You could do a little installation about just putting up these pictures.
Yeah, let's profit off them at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
let's turn this into a business.
This is exactly something I would do in college when I was an art minor. I'd be like, oh, this is perfect. I'd make like a collage of all these faces and then like all their crimes like scattered about randomly and then like ask people, be like, oh, you got to take these strings and like connect them. And it's like interactive or whatever.
And if you connect them all correctly, it makes a face. It makes your face.
It makes a design, or it says like jail's bad or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, that would be so good.
And the 13th.
I would get such an A on that project.
It spells out the prison industrial complex.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah,
it's misspelled.
Yeah.
And that's part of it.
That might be a good kind of, if I did want to make sure that I could like share these, but that no one would ever see them. I think a fine art project would be the outlet for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be well.
Enroll in community college, take some art classes, There's your project. You're done. You'll get an A.
Yeah.
No teacher would look at that and be like, "Well, I don't know. They'll give you an A for that." It's a joke.
I mean, you cannot, you can criticize it on ideological grounds, but you cannot say I have not put a lot of work into finding funny names in mugshot databases.
Yeah. It's a lot like math class where it's like, you got the wrong answer, but you put in the work, you get partial credit. You get like a 4 out of 10.
I hated showing my work in math class, man. Because I don't know about y'all, but I would just look at something and not know how to do the math, but know what the right answer was. And teachers fucking hated that shit.
You're too good at math.
They really want you to show. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm good at math. I think it's just like a ADHD sort of thing where it's you just look at stuff and you can't. I'm also disorganized, so I can't show my thought process. I'm like, oh well, this. I just know it's this, and they're like, well, you have to show your work. I'm like, well. I knew it. What do you fucking want, man?
You should be a card counter.
You just draw a picture of your. Did you ever draw a picture on a test of you thinking?
No, I didn't. I wasn't that smart. I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't one of those. Also, my math teacher I had the last 2 years of high school would have just shot me if I did that. She really didn't like me at all.
One time on a math test, I wrote. I wish sometimes math would solve some of my problems. And my teacher, when I got the test back, my teacher wrote, maybe try therapy. I was like, yikes, dude.
Did I
you're like, no, I was doing a bit. And he's like, are you? And then you're like, no.
I might have told this story last time. I've for some reason, it's come up a lot recently, so stop me if I did, but in high school I drew my health teacher masturbating to the 9/11 attacks.
I don't remember this at all.
How does this come up frequently?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
are you frequently talking about teachers masturbating, 9/11,
masturbating to 9/11?
It's like now, just teachers finding interesting things we did, seeing them on paper. I don't.
Teachers being pedophiles. Yeah. It's a thing everyone talks about all the time.
Yeah. The one thing I've noticed about 9/11 is that both of those numbers are under 18.
And that's why it was a
crime. And if you add them together, they still are too.
That's why it's officially a crime.
9/11's 20. That's fine. Anyway.
What do you think the slash means in 9/11?
9 divided by 11. That's not even a whole number, man. Yikes.
It's a mid-gestation. Which, at that point, I think it's fine because it's just a pregnant woman. It's a MILF in the making.
I think it's because we don't know exactly what day it happened. It was either 9 or 11.
I do remember that
people weren't online as much. Who's to say?
Yeah, we didn't keep track of everything so anally. Everyone's so fucking specific nowadays. What time are we starting this podcast recording? Fucking 6, 2, who knows? Just go with the flow. Just live your own life.
I love living.
Anyway, your teacher was masturbating to exploding buildings and death. Go on.
Oh, he was my health teacher. He was the dumbest man alive. And he to his credit,
health teachers are never good.
No, he was the basketball coach, and they just threw him this bone, I guess. But thankfully, he looked a lot like he had a very square head. So he found the picture. Also, I didn't draw any nudity. It was just that. I mean, ultimately, what saved me is that I'm not a very good artist. It was just the table, with those lines to show movement. The table was thumping, and then he was watching. 11.
I love it when I'm moving and the lines show.
Was he
IRL?
When you say he was watching 9/11, do you mean live or on TV?
Or he pulled up YouTube and he's just
it was on a computer screen.
Okay.
But his head
Watching it live, happening it live and jacking to it, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it would be very
It'd be
sick.
such a strange jack.
Baller move, dude.
Yeah.
Well, there was the guy. Sorry to interrupt, but there was the guy who I think I mentioned this like 2 episodes ago. The guy who worked in the trade towers, and then he skipped work one day to fuck his mistress, and then his wife saw 9/11 happen on TV and called him, and he's like, yeah, "I'm just at work. What are you doing?"
It sounds like a me situation.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm at work. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get these reports in." And just like everybody in New York is dying.
Wow, that's like the 9/11 of that relationship.
Yeah.
And
really
also
was.
of the world.
It really was the 9/11 of 9/11, in my opinion.
Yeah, that guy had the worst day on 9/11. That guy specifically. Because he had to live with what happened.
Yeah, on top of survivor's guilt, you have just the more standard wife cheating guilt and getting caught guilt.
Yeah. And I don't have another thing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go with whatever you start. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. What I do is I start a bit, and if I don't have it,
You drop the ball.
I don't
go,
have an
there
end
it
to this
is.
bit either.
This is a professional program, folks.
I'm just reading the script as written.
Yeah. Well, we need to get a new writer.
Listen, I'm trying my best. A writer is 3 weeks away from a 2-month contract. Is
Are
a
we doing it
callback.
again?
I was doing a callback to the beginning of the episode. That's what comedy specials do. Is your closing bit calls back to your opening bit.
And then it's like a full circle, and the audience is like, "Wow, I
A
got
vicious
that.
circle,
I
you
am
might say.
God, fuck you, dude."
Having watched just an insane amount of bad stand-up, it is really amazing how reliably amazed audiences are by a stand-up just mentioning something that either happened or was said half an hour ago.
Yeah,
Well, the only thing
it's
dumber than
impressive.
a stand-up comedian is the audience.
You know, that's a great stand-up.
You know who's stupid?
Is that
You guys. Not you.
Yeah.
This is the stand-up
Yeah.
speaking. You guys are really smart.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Closes the podcast calling and be like, "Fuck these guys." What a couple retards.
Hey, we don't say that word.
Oh yeah, true. You can
It's a
censor
few.
that.
Arthur just got broken up with. Can you show some respect, not say the C
Yeah.
word?
And I'm retarded, so could you not say the R word?
Okay, sorry guys. I'll check my privilege at the door.
Just a brief. There's really no more to the story other than the 9/11 story. I mean, other than the teacher had a very square head, so he gave me the drawing back and said that I could draw Frankenstein on my own time.
At least he has a sense of humor.
No, he
Unless it was just
I
it
drew
was just an insane cell phone. Why would Frankenstein watch 9/11?
The screen was small enough. I hadn't really planned to what I was going to draw in there, so it was probably kind of garbled.
That's fair. 9/11, notoriously a chaotic thing to draw.
Yeah, not a powerful,
Yeah, it's really hard to draw two rectangles and an airplane.
not a powerful, simple symbol.
Yeah. It's, it's fine. Where did you guys first watch 9/11?
I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and. No, I think I would scroll through Reddit, and someone would post the same fucking thing of or maybe it was Tumblr, I don't know, but it'd be some video of a girl chilling and then looking behind her and being, I don't know why I looked behind me, 'cause whatever.
It was really immersive.
Yeah, yeah. I forget that I have a microphone here and I need to pay attention. But like, look behind her, and like 9/11's just happening, and she's like laughing because she's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And people are like, "Whoa, dude, it's like crazy how you're laughing at 9/11." I'm like, "This, I hate Reddit or whatever I saw it on."
It was still ironic back then
Yeah, I was
when it first
one
happened.
of the most Alanis Morissette days in history.
Woo!
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there's another
Thank
callback
you.
joke. We're doing it, guys.
So that's how it's done. To me, I'm still learning.
I'm gonna. I know everyone's gonna accuse me of being a hipster, but I actually saw it live.
Really?
Yeah, baby. I mean, on the,
Like live?
yeah, I was in a plane. No,
I was in building 7.
I was the guy who did it as a child.
I was in one of the planes, and I was going to use my nail clipper, but they fucking took it away at customs. I was ready to defend America. They wouldn't let me.
Mark Wahlberg wishes he was you.
I was actually in building 7 at the time.
oh, congrats.
Thank you. I don't know what building 7 is.
I was like,
it
is that a
Pentagon?
reference to like AOC being in the wrong place during the riots at the Capitol? That's where my brain went, because she was in the, I don't know what building she was in, but she was in the wrong building. There was a number, right?
I don't know. Building
Somebody's
7,
listening
I
to
think,
this.
is
Somebody
Pentagon.
listening to this is going to say that I'm right.
Wait, is the story that she was like unintentionally in the wrong place, or she just wasn't where people expected her to be?
She was in the Capitol when it started, and then they took everybody away.
Yeah.
But the buildings were connected.
But like she wasn't where all the
She wasn't in her office.
Yeah.
Nobody was.
She was fine.
Nobody-
She was fine. They were all fine.
Yeah, she's fine. Because they had to take precautions.
Look, she's my least favorite Twitch streamer. All right. She's direct competition with me now that I'm a Twitch affiliate. I need to steal those Prime subs from AOC.
Is that illegal? She's using her. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch cares.
I mean, the government is like, you're using your clout as a politician.
No, she's not using her clout as a politician. She's using her clout of being a kind of hot girl.
gamer.
Yeah,
a gamer.
There's two.
What if she was just an
completely
IRL?
different
She's doing hot tub streams.
Well, didn't Twitch like do something about that? I saw something on Snapchat and I didn't read it because why would I? But I'm like, oh, maybe who can compete with hot tub streamers?
Yeah,
Not me. No one wants to see me in a hot tub playing Dark Souls or whatever.
Don't sell yourself short.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay, here's a theme restaurant I just came up with.
Okay.
It's instead of hot tub, it's tot hub, and it's like a they have
It's
tater tots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
A bunch of kinds.
yeah, instead of booths, it's a hot tub with a table in the middle. You know how you want to eat greasy food while in a hot tub?
Okay. That's better than what I thought it was going to be, which was like a restaurant theme was tot bodies.
Yeah. Tot Pornhub?
Tot children's bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
a really bad idea. So I'm glad it's not that.
Interesting that you went to that one before tater tots. And you just had fried food. So, I mean, the connection you had to make was very little.
Well,
I need to stop talking with my hands. The audience can't see it. What?
I can see it.
I panicked.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
If I heard somebody talking about starting a restaurant that had tot children's bodies, I would also panic. So
I gotta get in on this.
Your dilemma.
Ground floor.
I'm trying to be an angel investor here.
Set it up on Little St. James. Nobody would suspect a thing.
That's called a cherub investor.
Oh,
folks.
nailed it. You know, I was looking this up for the podcast. You know, if you commit a crime in international waters, you're liable under the country that the ship is registered in.
My dad was born in international waters.
Merman?
That sounds made up. It sounds
he was,
like it's.
he was born
It
in the
sounds like
Atlantic
it's.
Ocean.
It sounds like it's from the movie Ice Dogs, Snow Dogs, whatever.
No, I mean,
Snow Dogs, another movie with that FBI interrogation scene I was talking about.
just like Deadpool 2.
Exactly. Cuba Gooding Jr. is being investigated for fraud at the Iditarod, and he's like, "Look, you're gonna get a phone call. You're gonna talk for 1 minute and 22 seconds, and then you're gonna let me go home."
Dude, did anybody else watch like Balto a lot as a kid and like got
What the fuck is that?
Balto the movie? You don't know Balto?
I know Bambi.
No, Balto. It's not Disney. It's some animated movie, and he's a dog, and there's the Iditarod, it's the dog racing, and they have to deliver medicine. And there's this one scene where Balto and the girl dog, there's all these broken medicine vials in this.
I'm imagining this is exactly what you said at the wedding.
This is your toast?
No, this is me talking to the girl, and I'm just telling her about Balto, and she's like, "Well, I can't not fuck this guy unless he somehow stands me up," which he wouldn't do. And then I'm like, "Well."
I got a twist for you.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Rover Dangerfield?
No, it's Balto, man. And there's the vials, and then the light hits the Aurora Borealis, hits the vials in a certain way. The dogs are looking at all these lights, and they're like, "Wow, this is beautiful." And then they finish the race and they deliver the medicine to the children. It's a great movie. Y'all need to see Balto. I hope somebody listening knows about Balto.
I do remember,
Balto.
I mean, I never saw it, but I remember seeing ads.
Oh, but you remember it existed. Yeah. Well, I saw it, buddy. I saw it.
This is a film that I've never heard of or seen. Named after Samuel Balto.
Well, that sounds fake. It's like Anastasia, one of those animated movies that isn't Disney that either you know or you really, really don't.
It looks
Anastasia had a train, and I was really about that. That's really the only thing I remember about that movie.
Oh, it's Amblin. It's an Amblin film.
Amblin.
Starring Kevin Bacon and Bridget Fonda and Bob
Wait, was
Hoskins.
Kevin Bacon Balto?
Probably.
Oh, wow.
I just went to Kevin Bacon's Wikipedia page as if that will tell me the fast.
And you said Amblin, right? Not Namblin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing. What a time.
I was such a weird kid. I had such a strange taste in animated movies. I was a big Bug's Life kind of guy.
I hated A Bug's Life. Here's a fun
Wow,
story
you're
about the
fucking
movies.
dumb, dude. Bug's Life rule.
I like the little fat.
I hated it. I also only
Sorry, continue.
Thumper. Here's a fun story. It was my birthday, and I went to see Pocahontas, and this came out in the year.
I'd Pocahontas, if you know what I mean.
Pocahontas, you got it.
Yeah.
So this came out when I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was 3 years old, and my parents took me to see Pocahontas for my birthday. And allegedly, about 15 minutes into the movie, just silently, I got up and started walking out. And my dad was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I don't want to watch this movie. I'll just wait in the lobby. You guys can watch it, though." Like, I don't want to interrupt you enjoying this nice film that I'm sure you love. But I'm not interested.
Well,
so
you didn't want to watch a movie about a Native American? That's not very PC of you, dude.
You know what? I was mad because a blue corn moon, it's not a thing. They just made it up. They're just like, this sounds... They probably said this sounds Indian, which I would never say. But that's probably what they said.
You just did say that, though.
Yeah, but I was paraphrasing Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is in that movie. In case
Is he really? Is he John Smith?
He's John Smith.
Wow. That's the role he was born to
Mel
play.
rules.
And then, related to Pocahontas, I just remembered this. I took an American history class in high school, and we had to do a project on Pocahontas the actual person. And in order to do that, my teacher was like, "We're gonna watch Pocahontas as a class." The Disney film, which is quite historically accurate. And in the report that I had to write, I called my teacher an idiot, and I also referred to the movie as Pocahontas several times just to see if they would say anything, and they did not. That was a good bit.
Yeah, it was a great
Do you
bit.
think it was that they didn't read it because it didn't matter because they were asking how well, I don't know, what year was this?
I was 15.
Oh, okay, so they should be reading like assignments.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do they have Canadian history class?
You learn history class until 9th grade, and then it's an elective after that, and one of the choices is American history. But there's also Western history, which I also took. And I think there was an Asian history class, but I did not take that.
I was all about the Asian classes.
Is it upsetting that no child or teen in the U.S. has ever been offered a Canadian history class?
No, that's to be expected.
Not a whole lot of shit really happened here, so there's not much to talk about.
We're a young country, and a lot of the stuff we are not proud of, so...
Yeah, you guys got some iffy stuff with your indigenous people, so,
Yeah.
Don't throw stones in glass houses, buddy.
I didn't throw any... I said it's fine.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Thought I was doing
If you don't like it here, then leave.
Yeah.
I did. I have.
And you're going to come crawling back, man. You're going to come crawling back.
I do plan on getting my American citizenship in probably 5 years.
Well, you got to jump on that before I, die by a blade,
I mean, I can visit. I'm allowed to go there.
No, I will refuse you at my door. If you don't show me the citizenship, I'll be like, get the fuck out of my country. This is Texas.
Yeah. You have, what the fuck's that law called? Self-defense?
Stand your ground.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're pretty lax about
stand your ground
here. Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to visit for now, but who knows with this lunatic in the White House? How long that's going to last.
Right?
Yeah. He's,
I liked it when...
I think he's going to shut down the borders.
He's going to build the northern wall.
Oh, great wall.
I hope he builds like a western wall. Just wall off California to the ocean.
They should wall off California. That'd be sick.
Just the Great Wall of California.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd even really mind that much.
No.
I generally am pro-California, but they should take the beaches away. The beaches they've mishandled the beaches.
Well, okay, so explain that, because I love beaches. And if I do
the movie
fly to San Diego, shut up. If I do fly to San Diego, I'm going to be hitting up them beaches. It's been discussed. But how are they mishandling the beaches in California?
One of the reasons, there are a lot of problems with Oregon, including the fact that the beaches suck and are cold most of the year. But a cool thing they did was that the governor at one point, I don't know when, it was a while ago, I think it was certainly before my lifetime, declared the entire coastline to be a freeway and therefore state property. So all beaches are public in Oregon, and here they just there are a lot of private beaches, and the public ones get super crowded. So the beaches should be given to Oregon. And then
Sure.
California can have whatever else it wants.
They could have the weather and
most of Oregon. They can trade.
Yeah. I don't think they want any
trade.
of Oregon. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe Oregon's fine.
They can have half of Portland. It could be like West Berlin, just an island.
I would love for California to have half of Austin.
California should get half of every state, maybe.
No, just the super hippie cities. They just get half of those, and then at least with Austin, all of the fucking conservative people can go in the other half.
They should,
and that won't lead to any problems at all. They won't kill each other.
California should take over whatever half of Austin Joe Rogan is currently in, so he always has to pay state tax to California.
Got him.
I should track him down.
Yeah, you should say hi.
Yeah, he's
Just-
probably-
Yeah, just friendly hello to Joe Rogan.
We're in the same
yeah,
business.
I'll Skype in. If you go to his studio, I'll Skype in and we can.
Have him on the
Dude.
cast. Yeah.
Yeah, get up Joe.
I'm sure he would love that. Mhm.
He's all. Wow, dude. I don't know what he says. I've never
Like, I
listened
don't
to him
listen to
speak.
Joe Rogan.
I've never listened to him speak.
Girls love it when you don't listen to Joe Rogan.
That's true.
I don't know why I did, but I started watching Bright a few months ago.
The sequel to
No. No.
Is Bright
Are those-
the movie? Is that
are
the one
those-
with?
Yeah,
Will
it's the Will
Smith?
Smith orc movie. And
Yeah,
in like
Is he in Dark?
what?
He isn't. No, never mind.
that's shut up, Skillshy.
There's a movie called Dark, and I thought it had Will
Is it a
Smith
movie
in
or is
it.
a show?
I don't know. I just googled Will Smith
Oh,
Dark,
no.
and
I
the
don't think
first
that's going
result.
to give you this. I don't think that's going to give you what you're looking for, buddy.
The first result is the music video for Men in Black, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, he is in Dark." Nope. He's in Gemini Man. That's what I'm thinking.
It is the sequel to Gemini Man.
Anyway, you were watching Bright.
In one of the, it's like it's got orcs and stuff, but it's also like contemporary Los Angeles. And in one of the first scenes, Will Smith's beautiful wife is in the kitchen, like making
Like his actual wife or his character's wife?
his character's wife. And she's in the kitchen and she's on her laptop watching the Joe Rogan Experience. And I thought, like, what better way to establish this film's fantasy setting? The show when we're watching the Joe Rogan Experience.
Very
Yeah,
good.
just chilling in the kitchen on a laptop watching Joe Rogan.
He's really putting that Spotify money to work, getting in some top tier films. You know, his name is not William. You aware
Is it
of
Will
this?
I Am?
Yeah, it's Will I Am Smith.
Dude, the Black Eyed Peas released new music recently.
They're good. I stand
Yeah,
by it.
They're they're okay, but they've got some bangers.
His name is Willard.
Whoa. That's
Isn't that
That's
weird?
a very white guy name.
Yeah, that's Crispin Glover talking to rats.
You know what?
That's the movie. Willard. Willard is a movie where Crispin Glover talks to rats. I think it was a remake, but I don't know who's in the original.
You think I've seen the movie?
I haven't.
Willard?
No one's seen Willard,
Yeah,
but it exists.
we've
That's the
all
important
seen
thing.
Willard.
2003 Willard.
Michael Jackson made the theme song to Willard, the original, I believe. It's a song about being friends with the rat.
The 1971 film? No,
Michael Jackson
Crispin
made-
Glover is not in any movie named Willard.
What? You're saying Crispin Glover?
Do you know that Michael Jackson wrote did a lot of the music in like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but like it's not credited to him?
That makes sense. Those are bangers.
Yeah.
Was there a movie called Willard? Ben, 1970.
Oh, Michael Jackson made this theme song to Ben, and then Willard, I believe, is the sequel. I'm sending you the fucking Wikipedia article right now. I will not be disrespected.
Oh, okay. You're right. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're the only one who does research on this show.
I'm a scholar.
Yeah, you're the best host.
Yeah.
Well, I did cheat. I did not actually have any crime stories. Just an interesting dreadlock.
Well, but he did. I mean, he was. I mean, it's about bad boys and their crimes. He committed crimes. He's a bad boy. He's got goofy hair.
Yeah.
That's enough for. I mean, I usually just talk about like not being able to buy Pokemon cards at Target or whatever, you know, like.
Yes, so several of your bad boys have been girls who ghosted you.
Yeah. Okay, most of those episodes are deleted though, so it's fine.
We did retcon all the good episodes.
we retconned one so hard it was never released.
Yeah,
which is good.
I feel like that was a good episode. We got into some good stuff.
Yeah, we talked about weed. We talked about my dad being autistic. We talked about trains.
Why do we remember that episode, but I don't know a single thing we said last week?
I think it's because it was just a very memorable day.
Yeah.
I was pretty unhinged.
Anyway, for the folks at home, if we get $1,000 on Patreon, I will release that episode.
Yeah, and then I'll kill myself. And then I'll release that on Patreon also.
2 bonuses.
$2,000. No, but if we hit $2,000, I'll do the video of me committing Sudoku.
Sudoku.
Yeah. It's a hack bit, but it's still good. Shit, man. Well,
I'm trying to work in a bit where you like you let it rip on a Beyblade, and then while it's spinning, Inception style, you cut to black, as they say.
Dude, I literally so in high school, we had Foreign Film Festival, and this happened within a year of Inception coming out. Me and my friend were like, oh, we have to do like a trailer or commercial or for something. So I'm like, and they're like, it has to be like 30 seconds. I'm like, but what if I just did the trailer for Inception, but for Spanish class? So like we did it like a shot for shot remake of one of the trailers, but like made it about studying for tests. And then for a shot of the top, I literally just did a Beyblade. And and we got 100, and then they showed it in the Foreign Film Festival, but we couldn't win because we technically broke the rules by not doing it for the right amount of time. I'm still mad about it. And my teacher still shows it to people. She's like, this is what a good video is. And it's just like me in a suit, like walking around a hotel I'm not supposed to be in. It's so easy to break into a hotel. You just walk in, and if you're dressed nicely, they don't check. And then you go in the elevator. Well, this was before they had key cards.
You take continental breakfast.
Oh, it's so easy to just take breakfast from like a Hilton or something. Again, before like coronavirus or whatever. And if they're cleaning the rooms, you just walk into the room and say, "This is my room," and the cleaning people leave, and you just have a room. Don't do this though. But you.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, this isn't any sort of advice, but. You theoretically could do it. And it's probably, I don't know legally where it stands, but we filmed a lot of shots in hotel rooms. We like took my BMW and like drifted it down the parking garage just to get like action shots. It's fucking wild. We had one shot where, I don't know if you've seen Inception. I mean, everyone's seen Inception, but I don't know if you've seen Inception, but there's one shot where Leo's in the first dream or whatever, and the water's like shooting in from the windows. And he's in that like Japanese house. Well, we did that, but it's me standing in a hallway and people just dumping recycling bins full of paper outside the door, like out of the doors in the hallway. So there's just paper like shooting out in the hallway. It looks sick. I'll post it in the Discord, and maybe dox myself later. But it's great video.
I would fucking love to have the confidence. Like in anything that I do that I used to have in high school making videos for class, just artistically.
Oh yeah, no, same. I was like, man, I was fucking cool and like could make things. And now I'm like, I don't know if I can film a video of me opening Pokemon cards right now. I don't really feel like it. Maybe I'll play a video game where I just watch cutscenes for an hour.
Too tired to open these cards.
It's performative opening cards.
To be fair, I have to be in the right mood for it, or it's just not a good
video. It's especially tragic to me that I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's hard.
There's a maybe we're wrapping up. This shouldn't be a long kind of aside, but there's a book it's like Kafka Explained, and it's all illustrated by Robert Crumb. And a genre, or just like a recurring theme in a lot of the stuff Kafka wrote in his journals, was just different, very funny ways for him to die. Like one of them is just he gets snagged by a noose out of a window. And it's never explained where the noose came from, but I guess, and then the noose pulls him through an entire building, just up through ceiling and ceiling and ceiling, up multiple stories, until like his limp, skinless corpse just falls on the roof. There's another one where someone with a meat cleaver just thinly slices. Oh my god! I knocked my own glasses off recreating it. Thinly slices his head piece by piece. And I feel like for the rest of at least the day, I'm going to be thinking of different funny ways to kill yourself with a Beyblade.
It's pretty Kafka.
You lie down on your back and put it on your forehead and just spin it.
Or you try and like spin it right near your eyeball, and you get like one of the ones like I don't think they make them now with metal tips, but they used to. And you get one with a metal tip, and you just go like right near your brain.
That's how.
Well, the new ones explode now, so they could just be like hitting each other. And I'm holding for the audience. I'm holding two Beyblades, and acting it out on camera. They hit each other, and one explodes, and just like you choke on it and die or something. You're like your mouth is agape.
That would rule to die in
that'd be funny.
A Beyblade incident.
And this is like competitive.
It happens
Beyblade.
all the time.
This is like for all the marbles. It's like me and a 28-year-old man against an 8-year-old kid, and we're fighting for like a $20 gift card to like Toys R Us, which doesn't exist anymore, but they would do this probably. And then I die. Or no, I kill the kid on accident in the Beyblade thing. That would be funnier than me dying. And then I commit Sudoku. End scene. It's just like Mishima, but with Beyblades.
This has truly been a journey for me because I started this not even knowing what a Beyblade was, and now it is how I'm going to die.
No, now you're going to go on Amazon and you're going to read all the product reviews and be like, I get what they were talking about in the pre-show.
I understand.
It just rules. And you're going to be a Beyblade guy now.
Yeah. That car model that you had with big tits, throw it out. It's all Beyblades now.
I am glad I don't own any anime figures with big tits. That is...
You should cover up the tits with like a little tissue or something.
Yeah, knit her a little blouse,
like
or
a little curtain,
like,
just like
at a video store with a porn section.
Yeah. Just a little. Maybe that's like if somebody sees that, they're like, "Oh, you can't control yourself."
Well, I do want to get a life-size statue of the lady from Resident Evil 8. That would be sick.
Hell yeah, the giant one.
The like 9 foot tall one. My ceilings could do it. Just put her like when you walk in, that's the first thing you see, and the girls will be like, "Well, if they're bi and if they're dating me, they probably are." They'll see that and be like, "Okay."
Competition.
Is it because you have a vaginal penis?
Yeah. No, I don't know what it is. I just always. I'm a trans man. No. I don't know why. Bi girls are the ones that that like me. Probably because I'm a little like, a little, but not
No,
really,
me too. I have very
like
soft hands.
Yeah. Oh, girls watch the Pokemon card videos for the hands. Yeah. And I'm not like just saying that. I'm not like gassing myself. I've gotten multiple feedback. Be like, you have nice hands, and I'm like, okay, like I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to choke you.
Hands are a girl's version of feet.
That is, oh wow,
it's not wrong.
You're right. That's exact. Oh my god. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Now a wedding ring feels weird.
Oh, I feel like violated now. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start opening those cards with your feet, just to protect yourself.
Oh,
Yeah, I really don't see another option. You're gonna have to.
You're like, you just got to do it, man. I don't
You're
know.
gonna do big, beefy gardening gloves.
Oven mitts.
The videos are gonna be a lot longer.
You should.
Or I just use my katana to like slice the packs open, and then like
You've got a katana and one of those like plastic grabbing things.
Yeah. And here it is. And I like accidentally crumple something worth like $200, and I'm like, oh well.
It's the cost of my safety,
Yeah.
ladies.
I would love to not have to do this, but that's not the world we live in.
Yeah. Well, I need to just stop telling girls about my YouTube channel. I've learned in the last year. It was a real problem last year telling my girls, Jesus, the sweeties, telling them about Twitter or YouTube or the podcast. That was all bad news. One of them is listening to this podcast even still today. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for not completely hating.
I was going to wait until
Thanks for
after,
the
but it might
support.
be a good plug. I was going to ask what your YouTube channel is.
Oh, yeah. My YouTube channel is Robinson B. Caruso. I used to mostly do Pokemon card videos, but since they are no longer sold at Target or really anywhere these days, I'm pivoting to Beyblades now and other things. And we'll see how that goes. And my Twitch is also Robinson B. Caruso for those of my loyal fans who have not given me that Prime money, which I really don't need, but if you got Twitch Prime, you want to throw me $5, I'll take it. And if not, then I don't care.
That's big of you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, Trump made going outside illegal, but Joe Biden made Pokemon illegal, and it's really hard to say.
Dude,
which is worse.
yeah, honestly, the Biden administration's really fucked my Pokemon card channel completely.
Yeah, Trump.
That's what happens when you have a girl boss in the White House.
Jill.
She's gatekeeping the Pokemon cards, man.
It's chill.
And they're gaslighting me into thinking that that's not what they're doing. Women, am I right, guys?
We almost went an episode without slandering women.
If we didn't go almost 2 hours, I probably would have been fine. I praised a woman, arguably for the first time this episode. I had to get it at the end. Everyone stopped listening at this point, so I can say whatever I want.
I don't know if you praised a woman. You're like, a woman tolerated me. She liked me the next day. Wow. Women are great.
Okay, that might have been exactly what I did. But
Although she is bad at texting, so.
But she's still talking to me.
By bad at texting, do you mean that she is like a bad conversationalist or just like a slow responder?
She just leave you undelivered?
Sometimes she responds very slowly. Granted, sometimes I deliberately wait 12 hours to respond to one of her texts because I am insane. And I don't think she's doing that because she's very inconsistent on how she responds. And the fact that I analyze any of this at all makes me like an 18-year-old. But
An 18-year-old with BPD.
She'll like be bad at conversating because I'll ask her a question and then she'll answer and then I'll be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then she'll just keep answering about.
It's actually called conversing.
That scared me. I didn't realize you disappeared, and then I heard this voice in my head.
You're welcome.
And I was like, "Who's this?"
It sounded like there was a secret loudspeaker somewhere else in my room.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a producer I didn't know we had, like just correcting me.
The voice of
Correcting
God.
us from the booth.
Right? Yeah. No, but she'll just keep like. She was. I was asking her about like what her favorite Italian food was, and she answered, and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, and she's like, "Yeah, they do it at this restaurant, and it's really great." I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if my uncle." Now, I don't know if I've mentioned my uncle lives in San Diego. I might have mentioned that, not to you guys. I mean to her. Like, I don't know if I've told her my uncle lives there. I could have, but I don't remember. But she didn't really pick up that. She wasn't like, "Oh, your uncle lives here." What's like? She could have gone with that, but she just kept talking about this restaurant. Okay, I saw you had something to say, Skillshy. For the folks at home, you can raise your hand.
Not physically, on the video.
On the video
button.
thing, you can hit a button that says, "Yeah, okay, guys, we get it." All right, well, yeah. You get
Speaker
class.
I
Arthur.
just wanted to say that I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, all right.
I also didn't, which is why I missed it.
Okay, well, no.
Put my hand down now.
All right. This is great content for the audience.
We've done several visual bits.
Yeah, but she kept talking about this restaurant, and I like texted my friend. I was like, is she insinuating that like I say I should go there? And she's like, yeah, I think she's trying to like tell you like to get you to invite yourself to San Diego. And I was like, why did she just say you should come to San Diego and check this out? I don't know. Girls are weird. But then I was like, oh, I should go. She's like, oh yeah, like maybe you should take me there because you know it so well. She's like, oh, I'll take you to several Italian places. And I'm like, what? Just invite me to San Diego, dude.
Just show up.
Yeah, women love that.
Yeah, just show up on Memorial Day weekend, be like, oh, you don't have plans, right? She's like, no, I was like going to hang out with my friends, which I assume you also have. And I'll be like, oh no, it's just me.
Women,
This is
wrong again.
Yeah.
So that's almost 2 hours. We could go for 3 if you want.
Holy
No.
shit. Oh my god.
I need to make dinner. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I have not eaten yet
I
today.
have some kombucha
I
to
have some
drink,
extremely
which is
cold under
apparently alcoholic.
Sorry, please. You were saying you're an
Go
alcoholic.
ahead. Well, I'm sure she thinks I am.
I mean, it was a wedding. Everybody's an alcoholic at a wedding.
I mean, I do feel bad though, like having such a good connection that she felt the need to text me about it at knowing zero. Just remembering that we tried to hook up, maybe.
That's enough, I think.
Is it going to be stressful, like, if you go visit her in San Diego and you just, in order to maintain consistency, you'll need to stay blacked out the whole time?
No,
I
that's Alanis Morissette.
Folks. No, I was really considering though. I'm like, all right, if we go out and like drink and stuff, like, should I get drunk enough that I'm at whatever sweet spot I was at before, where I was putting on something,
Again,
I was doing something
blacked
right.
out.
Yeah. I need to hit that point, but where maybe I just never remember any of my evening.
It's like 51st dates, but instead of a mental disorder, it's just alcoholism.
I think that's the solution for the folks in the Discord. Join the Discord, Bad Boy Crimes Pod. It's a pinned tweet on Twitter. In the Discord, if you got any advice on this situation, slide into my DMs or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I'll need the advice of people who aren't insane. Not that you guys aren't insane, but I'm insane and I need advice from regular people. Yeah. Skillshy, do you have any plugs?
Fucking no, dude. I don't
Okay.
know. Listen to Arthur's podcast. Arthur, do you have a podcast?
No.
I don't know what you do.
Arthur, do you
Watch
have any plugs?
my animated series coming up on ComedyCentral.com. I think it's really going to launch my career.
I hope
No,
so.
Arthur Hickman on Instagram and Art Hickman on Twitter, because I have an inconsistent brand.
Yeah. Which, that's good.
I know somebody who's a producer at Disney for animation there. If you need a hookup.
If you want to work for the
Many
mouse.
people have tried to be, and I really appreciate it. They've tried to be like nice and supportive and tell me about animation jobs, but I always have to explain that I am very bad at animation. Like, no one would ever hire me.
This girl is also not good at
Oh, sweet.
animating.
All right, great. Perfect. If anyone's looking for a bad animator who is good at texting, I would say 3 days out of the week.
That's true. That's true. You did ghost me for like 2 months.
What?
No,
I was just not on Twitter at all. If you text me, I will only ghost you for
3 to 4 days.
maximum 1 month, probably 3 to 4 days.
That's good. I broke the phone that had your phone number, in it again. I was drunk.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, I got drunk on New Year's and I broke that phone.
Seems to be a consistent problem with us, is us getting drunk and then something
Turns out
happened.
alcohol may cause
Breaking
problems.
phones, holding babies, meeting the love of our lives.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be so fucking romantic though? I'm drawn
We
to this
met
woman
at
that
somebody
I don't
else's wedding, dude. Love was in the
I
air.
think.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You
We'll
did
find
also
out, baby.
you did also fail to set up for Arthur that you went to this wedding intending on outdoing the bride.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, I really
Were
did.
you wearing a gorgeous dress?
No, I was wearing a gorgeous jacket though, and I also was like going in deliberately with the mullet and I had a now it's a beard, but it was a mustache, and I had this like blue and black like floral patterned jacket, and I was like, I'm gonna look fly as shit and like steal the thunder from like the couple. Not that I was telling them that, obviously, or like anybody who was there, but I said it on the podcast, so everybody else knows. And it kind of worked. Everyone liked the jacket. Everyone liked the mullet. I'm assuming both of those were a factor in
Yeah, everyone thought that you looked like
a racist.
It's a nice mullet. I'd never seen you before. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, because last time we didn't do it video style, but I appreciate the mullet compliment.
Yeah, Arthur is a hair guy.
Yeah,
I'm very into hair.
dude. Yeah, the hair's where. Yeah, you got to have fun hair.
I do not have fun hair.
Dude, you should get them all too, Skillshot.
No, I get in
your
trouble.
wife would love that.
No, she gets mad if my hair is too long.
I'm sorry.
Well, just keep it growing long and see how long you can push it. When she tells you to cut it
Well,
it into a mullet as
That's
best
what I
you
do.
can.
What I do is I push it until every time she looks at me, she says, "You need a haircut."
Women
I
don't
let that
like it
go
when you-
on. I
women
let
don't like
that
it
go
when you
on
have long
for
hair
like a
until
month.
you have long hair.
In the child care industry, we call that boundary testing behavior.
That's very good. I just call it my sequel hair.
I'm 2021 white boy summer. Like, this is sequel hair for sure from last year where I was like a fucking mess.
Arthur, when are you gonna do sequel
Is
hair?
this a term I don't know?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
this
it's a
is
term
like,
when you're in a movie and then in the sequel
like
you have
Mission
different
Impossible
hair.
2.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 has long hair for no reason.
Yeah.
They did it, I believe, for like toyetic aesthetics, expressly for the purpose of making action figures,
Or you can consider obviously for like action figures and stuff. But
like
another
Thor
example-
Ragnarok.
I guess
Also, his hair's better in the Ragnarok, I think.
Well, like it's a drastic change.
Yeah.
maybe I'll do one long dreadlock coming out of the side of my head.
It's cultural appropriation.
Oh, you're right.
You're appropriating lawyer
Just
culture.
one long straight tuft. I'm gonna gel it out.
And then also just shave the middle of your head, so it's just the sides.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the hair of a monk, except I have
but with like a weird like Star Wars Padawan like
it goes straight out. It's gonna be a callback to when I was like 12 and had a rat tail. I'm gonna have it's like the cover of that Coolio album cover.
Yeah.
But just one.
Oh, you had a rat tail though?
What?
You had a
Oh,
rat
hell yeah.
tail?
I feel like he has a rat tail
That's
now.
sick.
Do you have a
I
rat
don't
tail
think
now?
so.
That might be the next thing for me after I'm done with the mullet. I might go. To
I mean,
a
that's an
rat
easy
tail, and
transition.
My employer will just
A rat
for
tail-
sure.
A rat tail is really the mohawk of mullets.
Yeah, kind of. And then my employer will just shoot me. They don't really like the mullet. They'll hate.
Yeah,
the rat tail.
you have a real job.
Yeah.
Well, I forget what animal this is, but like there's some. I think it might be like a way they remove
It's a rat.
dog's tail. It might be on rats. I don't know, but like there are tails you can like wrap a rubber band around if you want to get rid of an animal's tail, and it will just fall off eventually. And that
An
That
iguana.
literally happened to my rat tail. I got it like braided in Florida because we went on vacation in Florida. I got it like wrapped. It was like it became a colorful.
You're like one of those girls in like second grade where they go on vacation to the Bahamas and they just have all the braids and like beads and shit in their hair.
Yeah. Oh, this is a separate time. I think it was probably the next year. I did go to Cabo San Lucas and get cornrows on the sides of my head. Thank you.
Oh, I should do that. That'll be...
But I was.
I'm just worried if I get cool hair, I'm not going to commit a crime bad enough to get a mugshot, you know?
Yeah.
What's the point of the hair if it's not immortalized on mugshots.com?
Yeah, and then you couldn't even be on your own podcast if you weren't a bad enough boy.
Until after, and then you could be like, guys, just we have a guest on the show, and it just says you, and here's Skillshot. Arthur, you come back, be like, well, I found an interesting person on mugshots.com.
You can raise your profile by, as a true crime podcast, solve
Are there upvotes on mugshots.com?
What's that?
I plan to. I have a crime I'm in the midst of solving.
What is it?
I can't say that. It's spoilers for a future episode.
But it would be a lot easier if you had committed the crime.
Yeah. That is.
I like a firefighter who commits his own arson.
Yeah.
The thrill of the hunt.
You got to keep yourself in business. How do you think these other true crime podcasts are doing it? You think crimes are happening every day, dude?
Yeah, they're going to run out eventually. They got to keep the engine going.
And not a lot of people know Karen Kilgariff is the East Area rapist.
I understood that.
I did not, so I'm going to Google it.
It's one of the ladies on My Favorite Murder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend made me listen to that a couple times.
Yeah, mine too.
Girls, ex-girlfriends, they love true crime podcasts.
Soon girls are going to be like, my ex-boyfriend made me listen to Bad Boy Crimes.
Oh, that's the dream. I do really like, I should specify, I do really like Karen Kilgariff. And it's a shame that she did what she did.
She did seem like a neat lady, but you know, not everything's as it seems with celebrities and stuff. Yeah. Hashtag cancel Karen.
I mean, what do you expect?
What do you expect from white women these days, though? They have all the power.
It's true.
They need to be nerfed. I've said this before. They need white women. They're too OP. They need to be nerfed. Biden, where are the patch notes?
Yeah, Joe won't let him release the patch notes.
Well, anyway. he wants to really bad, but the big boss woman, girl boss, that's the word.
Yeah, she won't
let it. She keeps slipping in more buffs under everybody's noses, and everyone's like, guys, they're so OP, and every patch they just keep making them better. It's like the devs are biased for women. I'm getting lost in the bit here. This is for like 3 people. All those MMO fans who also hate women. that are way too into like PvP or whatever. Which is, yeah, probably a circle as far as the Venn diagram is concerned. Anyway, let's wrap this up. It's over 2 hours. I need to eat.
All right.
We plugged everything, so fuck it.
Yeah. Nobody's listening.
Yeah, cool.
All right. I love everybody. Goodbye.